All right, Pedro. So here I'm putting these guys on because I don't want to lose my ear. Okay, Moby Dick again, right? Ready? You know, let me give you the full. Where's my ching ring? Let's get the ching ring up and running. Where the hell are my ching rings? Ah, ching ring. Okay, now this is an actual ching ring. Nickel plate. Ah, that fucking really hurt. All right, hang on. So check it out. Put this baby on the hi-hat. Remember, they go. Later on, he did a little of that, but let's not get too crazy. So, if you got this guy, right? That's the place to start in the riff, right? So here it's going. Okay, those accents are the da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Right, except that you're going hand to hand. One and a one and a two and three and those accents are. Watch. So let's see, so we'll start with Whole Lotta Love, right? Now with this on, if you have the ching ring on, it's going to change, it's going to affect the tone. So, whatever. So here we are. Here we are. Right? Here it is, right? I would say for fun, just maybe go. And then maybe do something like this. Okay? If you've been working on the Roy Albert Hall like this, right? I mean like the. Oh wait, hang on. Okay, that kind of thing. Maybe put that in. And it's easier to do if you have these going, okay? People won't notice the difference. Because remember how we're normally going like this? For now, especially, work on doing that. At some point you can work on, maybe what you do is you do that later in the solo. But for now, you can get away with doing the 8th notes on the hi-hat. And then it's good to practice these this way anyway. It's easier to do. And then here we go. Right? That's again, that pattern. That's the ba 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 what? The same stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so here we are. So maybe do that, and then start going. Okay, now watch. Those we're gonna get to those, but watch. Just keep doing the triplet. But when you're playing it here, it's a triplet. But when you have the hi-hat going, because it really is, you're playing 8th notes here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and here we go. Okay? But then you start doing accents, because if you keep in mind that these are 8th notes, 1 and 2 and it could be like 4 and except you're putting stuff in there. Yeah, well you won't double with your hands, but you're like kind of basic. He doesn't really do that in that exact thing, but the point I always try to make is the music behind it. So does that. Okay, so what you can do is practice this riff. Again, this one. But also then practice the bass drum on those accents. Right? Okay, so you're there. Okay, now practice throwing in a double. Here's that exercise in the other long, long video. Okay? Right, right, left, floor tom. Right, right, left, floor. So just this. Practice it like that. But then think of it as a triplet. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2, okay? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a, or 1, 2, 3. Just a good way to practice it. So what you'll do is then, going back to the, you're going to come into a downbeat, which start like, 1, 1, 1. Okay, you're going to go, before you go to that, do that, okay? Good exercise, okay? 1, 2, 3. Right? Now, when you get to the end of the triplet, you can't play the triplet. You can play the triplet over the bar. Literally, keep doing this. But it won't correct because you're doing a triplet with a 4 after only 1 bar. It's out of whack by a third, you know, by a little till you come back around to it. So you have to change it at the end. Which is what the Bo Diddley or the Bonham version does. Okay? But what happens is the Bonham one's a little different. Technically speaking, everything's the same except for the very last note. Right there is the same. Except in Bo Diddley you'll go, okay? With the Bonham one, which he doesn't really, he kind of does it a couple times, but if you really watch, he doesn't do this for a long period of time. But I'm just saying, the coolest part of the shade of what he does there is occasionally these. Remember, that's the same till there. Okay, and these are just straight right, left, left. Thought of as a triplet, played as a triplet. Thought as 16ths. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and, okay? 1, 2, 2, that. Remember yesterday? I mean, it's a Latin thing ultimately. I mean, you hear that like Alex Van Halen plays something like that and I mean, it's a standard kind of classic, stereotypical. I mean, garden variety, kind of strange like rumba thing or something. Anyway, so. Okay? So, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Okay? When you get back to the 1, then you choose your point to go. Okay? Because usually he'll do that before any accent. And it's just the right hand. Okay? That's a good... He did that a lot. That? Do that first accent on the rack tom. Same as this. Oh, but sorry. If you're going to go to the rack tom, there's that so it's almost like and a 1 and a 2. And a 1 and a 2. Just think of it that way, it's easier. And a 1 and a 2. And a 1 and a 2. And a 1 and a 2. When you play it, it'll be more happy, like songy, melodic sounding. It's like Skippy. is then the bass. Anyway, so let's keep it on what you're doing, okay? So here we go. Start throwing the accents around like I said in the other one. That's all you, if you start just doing that, dude, in the short run, people will like that anyway. But just but remember, you can't forget about the bass drum, so throw a little bass drum in there. And you can, the bass drum can be done in a bunch of different ways. But for now, work on patterns. So here's one. And if it's swung, like I said in the other video, so you're going to go, this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and go like this. Now that's kind of swung, like I said in the other video, like. Right? That's what that is. There you go. Wow. That's what that farting around in the snare sounds like with the, okay, just that pattern. Bass drum stays the same. That's a good one. Hear that? When you have that bass drum pattern and that, because it goes, the way it works in is when you do swing it like that, that bass drum note is the of a triplet. 1 and so you're going, and it's great when your right hand takes those first 2 notes. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. But when you do that faster in this groove, that bass drum on the. Your left hand is hitting at the same time as your bass drum. So it's like that. But don't, you can practice it slow like that, but when you go, just do that pattern. So it's like going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. It's just that it's swung. The right is close. So, right? So that's what you're doing. After the, okay, but watch. With it working the bass drum. Go 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a double bass, slow double bass, and then the triplet. That bass drum and the hand working together. Okay? That's important. But you don't necessarily have to learn that now. For now, just if you just get away with doing this. Remember, that's just hi-hat and the bass drum on the switch. Okay? They'll get into that. They'll like that, okay? And then from there, if you can add in the, okay, watch the other video too, of course. But then start doing like, then you can get into some like standard and easy, more simplistic, easy to do, Bonham triplet-y stuff, okay? Then start going maybe start going, and then stomp on this. So like you're coming kind of back in a little bit to A Whole Lotta Love. But then start going, okay? If you start doing that at a slow tempo even, it'll sound fucking great, okay? Now, something really dawned on me. I'm such a skull. What makes that a lot easier to do is that somebody who naturally does with the right left easier than my or Bonham's or a lot of other people's left right will have a harder time. It's a different thing to then do that with the hi-hat. Okay? Because what happens is the hi-hat is, again, whenever we're doing this with these eighth notes, the right hand and the left foot are doing the same thing, okay? And then in the pattern, generally the left, well, yeah, the left arm with the right leg, foot thingy, okay? That's the same time. Hang on. Right there. At the same time. Okay, all right, so you're doing this. And then be like, so, but here's the thing. Don't do this with the hi-hat. If you're gonna try it, I don't know how it will. Ultimately, it's weird. I don't know how it'll sound if you're going. You're gonna switch it, right? You're not gonna be going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and in your nature of that right to left, it's gonna be 1 and 2. You're gonna switch it a little. It's just naturally gonna come out that way. So see how it sounds. But if you have to do like that, get rid of the hi-hat then. If you're having a problem with the hi-hat, unfortunately, get rid of it. And then you're going to come back into it. So let's say you're doing like that. Just do the simple shit for now. Like, I mean, I don't know how far along you're really on these, but you get a lot of mileage out of that. Especially if you switch it around from drum to drum in a pattern. One and not two and okay, just that, okay? Alright, so then get into that, and then if you have to stop the hi-hat, do another thing where you go like, just do something like that. That's a good one. So hit them if you can, go crazy. Always give them one of these as fast as you can. Don't go too fast, because Bonham didn't play him crazy. Well, in order to play it crazy fast, because it kind of loses the effect if you're like. I mean, so you want to be like. That's a good one, okay? You're going. In my case, left, right, bass drum, left, right. Okay? In your case, it'll probably be more comfortable. Let me see. I need a lot of practice on that, but because I don't normally do it that way. I don't even know how it would translate with the hi-hat, but I mean, I don't know how it would sound. It's hard for me to imagine it. Yeah, it doesn't. To me, it's hard for me to hear the musicality of it. I mean, I mean, it's very kind of cool, funky stuff, but I hear that as like instead of like diddle. I hear it like in the. It's hard for me to sort, so I just have to pretend like I'm not doing that. It'll play. Yeah, it's hard for me to do that, but because I suspect. Well, hopefully. Well, yeah, you don't have to worry about it if you do lefts better. Because it'll sound, it'll sound good because it's exactly how Bonham did it. But if you have to do it this way, do it, okay? Because at fast speeds, especially if the hi-hat's not going. Or that's right, left, trying to do it like you. You get it even close to that, but smooth. I mean, at that speed, I'd say that speed, the speed I can do it should be the minimum. Not fast, right? I mean, I sound like somebody who's been playing the drum for a year, you know? But practice that if you're going to do it the opposite way, like most right-handed. I mean, most people are right-handed in the world, and I think most of them do this. Right, left, okay? Not the... But I mean, so try it like that. But keep practicing that. All I'm doing is... Or, so your hands are going, that's all. That's hard. That's going to work on for me. there we are. But, and go crazy fast and loud for a little while. For like 20 seconds if you can. But don't go on too long, because then it seems like a crank fest. Then maybe kind of get it real soft. But don't stop it, sorry. Get real soft. And then go back to the hi-hat. And then so here you are, back in the, okay? And then you can give maybe a little bit of the, like fart around the Royal Albert Hall. Okay, but now you know we're coming, right? We're coming into the out, where we come into the, you know what, dude, listen to this. On YouTube, you can find a drums-only version of like 3 songs from Zeppelin 2, and Whole Lotta Love's one of them. So you hear this. You hear the, you hear like, you hear that. I might even do it on the tom, too. You hear like a, but as a, you know how occasionally you do hear this. You hear that, like somewhere in the middle of it, you'll hear like a, right? Like something like that. And then you, or maybe that's just Robert Plant's voice. Anyway, but then we're coming in the end. You're almost like a woo, 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 woo. Like that, okay? So you're coming in, I'll be like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily go, you could, I think it's just that. You kind of get a little faster than the tempo with your hand. I mean, you don't have to, just be like, if you want. But it helps if you sort of mess with the speed of it. Well, no, not that much. You know, okay? So then, well, imagine in your head, always do this, imagine this going on. Da, 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 da. Okay? I mean, it's kind of, you know, the amazing thing is the hi-hat goes all the way through there. Now, Bonham could have, just in all honesty, in the days of the studio, sometimes they might edit, they might have just kept this going while Bonham played along with that when he came in with the drums, or he could have actually been doing it in real time. Actually, he probably is doing it in real time. As a Bonham fan, I should just say, of course, he's doing it in real time, because you kind of hear listen to the drums only, okay? You'll hear sort of a little speed up in the hat. It might just be him getting ready for the fill to come in, or they might have taken it from a different take. But you hear, like, it's like, and then just a teeny bit. I mean, but it's very subtle, and then, right? It's like that. That's what it does, though. Right? That's it. And then, okay? That's it. Okay? So practice that. Listen to the drums only in the song. You'll get that. I mean, it's so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So think of it this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? But don't worry. Even if the hat. I mean, I don't know how I'm doing it how he did. I mean, it sounds like I'm playing over it a little, but. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you get to, that, it's a little awkward, I know, for me to hit, because you're hitting the snare and the floor tom with your hand. I'm getting. Is there more than that, or am I in the Madison Square Garden version? What the hell's going on? But so here we go. Okay? Oh my God, there's an ambulance or something going on. Anyway, so that's that. So bear in mind, there's still that swing there, like I said in the other one. Like it's not, I mean it is, but there's a little bit of, like, it's a little bit of a swing. Okay, remember, between swing, you have, let's say straight 8 notes, perfectly equal in space. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and obviously then you can shift to 1 and 2 and 3 and up. So you're shifting from going 1, that's the extreme, right? Just a little, put a teeny bit of that in. So it's a little bit like exaggerated. Not that much. Okay? Anyway, whichever one of those you want to do. But here's the thing. I think it sounds like on the record, if I remember, honestly I haven't listened to it for a while, but I think remember, snare, or tom, bass drum. I think he might actually just be doing these. But obviously probably the bass drum too. So this is hard for me to do. Sometimes I want to go like this. Like that. Now I have to unlearn what I just did to fucking do it. But go. So like same time, I always well, I don't know if it's accidentally. Bonham might do that too. So instead of, I don't know if you can see that, bass drum. So he's either going, or at the same time, right? Or, but sometimes you'll hear that. Well, I actually have heard him do this, but I don't know if, I mean, he might just be choosing to do it. I used to have a very hard time not doing this. Forget about that, okay? Well, you want to hit him at the same time. That's the best thing I think to do. But for me, let's see if... Shit, sorry. Fuck face. Sorry. Oh, gosh darn it, man. Hang on. You know, sorry about these shenanigans, but you know what, though? These are... Alright, so, we're at the right? Which is a hell of a place to be. Right? Okay. So you're coming out of that transition. Right? Right? You come out. Sorry, I gotta get my frame of mind back. Alright, so when I watch this, though, watch when I do this. If I do this without thinking about it, see how my bass drum, I want to go, see, I don't even really do it as well even now because I've been actually, but, hang on. It's out of the way. But it's still hard for me. Watch. See, my bass drum's still a little ahead. See, that's hard for me. I do it real slow, it's real hard. Oh, for me that's just a bitch. But watch. So, but what's easier for me, comes natural to me is, watch. There, now it's coming, hang on. God, I worked so hard to unlearn this enough. Oh shit, no, I can't, forgive me. I can't unlearn the nice clean. I can't because I've just gotten to the point where I know it sounds so silly to get caught up on something like this, but I think people, sometimes you'll have these weird little problems, man. And now the bass drum. There we go. It's taking me a long time to get, I'm still not there. I mean, you still feel, if the music's going, I think it's very passable for me, but if I'm playing anyway, so just work on that. So, it's not about me, it's about you. So, right? See that? Same time. And, here's the high, the eighth. Hey, you're all kind of sloppy. That was for me getting out of there. That's something that won't happen to you because I think this is specific to me. I mean, it is. I mean, because this isn't, I think, for drummers in general, that difficult. What's hard about it for me is when I'm playing the hi-hat, I am really stomping. Like I'm trying to keep but I lose my balance, I think, a little. Like I'm better at, anyway, so the transition. You know what I do? I just have to leave out the very last one for me to go. Okay, that's just it. Studio version. Or you can give the old dude signal. I don't know if you're familiar with this. But Pedro, honest to God, they cleaned up. Jimmy Page went in and cleaned up the fill. Coming out a Whole Lotta Love there, Madison Square Garden, it used to go like it was that long, I'll play it. But he cleaned it up. It doesn't sound the same. He kind of, on subsequent
masterings or mixings. I know the video, like the reissue Song of Manson video from like 4 or 5 years ago, that's different. He kind of really got rid of the accent. You don't really hear that in the new version. It's a shame. Anyways, whatever you want to do. No, shit, now I forget the live version how far it goes along. But 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Whatever you want to do. I would just say, oh, sorry. But it's something or other, oh, baby, God, you know, that's so, so I'm very conscious of that. See, there's a lot of choices you can do there. You can do like the live. Or like the, that's what he does. I mean, listen to that drums only. At the first part of the song, you can actually, okay? And really, the interplay on that recording is so cool, and a little bit of the reverb. It almost really sounds like it's like, you know, but it's like when you get an underside mic picking up the snare wires, you get a real crit. You can really control it. That was part of the key of Bonham's, I think, recorded sound too. Okay, but so anyway, so you're in there. That's what I would say for that transition, okay? And there's there's the coolest thing. I didn't mention this in my Whole Lotta Love video. But there's this is a classic example of Bonham holding something out. All right, so the main Whole Lotta Love groove, right? Like the outro. At some point in there, at a very cool time, he puts in straight time. Or, well, I mean, it's straight time, but like, he doesn't do that, he just goes. It's so cool. I mean, that, to me, that's a little Bonham Zeppelinism that I think only the most diehard, well, freaks will appreciate and relish, okay? And suckle, and just love, you know, I mean, it really is. It's classic, if you've ever picked up on it. Listen just to the outro. Like, the song's chugging along, right? And then he puts in the straight. Like, there's not the... He's like... It's almost like a... Right... Play straight. Anyway, check it out. I'll you know, in the video, if I make, I'll put the time there for you, and you can check it out. Okay. Anyway, dude, I hope this is helpful. You know, I might put this up on the main. I might put this up on the main channel because I think I explained it a lot slower, and I'll take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? So this should hopefully be helpful for you. As I did give you the, the intro, suggestions for the intro to get into it, okay? Suggestions what to do in the middle. Also, too, there, I tried to give you some exercises just to work on separately, just to, like, do, like you're playing basketball and you're jumping up against a wall, pressing for rebounds or something. It'll come together, okay? But I will say it's really dawned on me. I mean, I never really thought of it this way before. And this, you know, maybe I really will put this video up because, check this out. You know how when we do our triplets, I gotta tell you, I really love my triplets videos. Go back and see them if you can. But anyway, check this out. Just the straight up, you know, or whatever drum you want to start with. Or well, now I'm gonna switch it up. Anyway, whatever you, the triplet, when you do it the way Bonham did, which is the way I do it, I think, I don't know, I'm not left-handed. I mean, he wasn't either, but most people, have I said in other videos, most people in the world are right-handed. I think like was like 88%. And I would say 85% of those, which is still a large percentage of the, probably 80% of the population, would go right, left, boom. More comfortably than the other one. Remember in the other video I said, try a shuffle to determine which one's easier. Easier. Or, hang on a second, this is hard. I mean, obviously mine left to right's easier. Probably sloppier. But anyway, of course, I mean, that's Bonhams, right? That's what, they're actually, when you're doing those without the hi-hat, you'll get the same effect. Most people might not notice. Hang on a second here. Oh yeah, let me just switch it. Now when I'm doing that, I'm going right, left, but you're gonna, well, I'm doing it my normal way to be. But if you do that, naturally it's gonna go. And it makes a difference with the hi-hat and the feet. Of course, going 1 and 2, the Moby Dick, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that left foot, in this case, left foot is the downbeat, okay? And my right foot is doing, well, in straight time would be 1 and 2 and, but more in a triplet, or swung, 1, 2, 3. See that? What I was saying in the video? So naturally, by the nature of my going, so I don't know how it will come out sonically, but you're going to be doing it the opposite. So if I went, in that case, I'm going right, except when I go, because, remember, right hand, left foot occurs in a certain spot, and the hi-hat's keeping the framework of time. Watch. But watch this. Hang on. Let me. Yeah, if you break into the triplet. Remember I said in that video, well, I didn't post that video, but in the live version of Whole Lotta Love from Song Remains the Same, remember at the end when he's like, for something like that, that's very Moby Dicky. That's like that swung, it's like that ragtimey. Slip into a triplet there, you can, because of the nature, the tendency, the predominance of the left-right, you can really mix that in better. See that? I think, I mean, it will just change it just changes it more than even the right, left, and even if you change, I guess what I'm saying, even if you were to change like your arms in the way where it would sound this left, right, I hope this makes sense, but even if you said, all right, well, I play it right, left, I'm going to go right, I mean, correct? Damn you, man. New stick. Right? Because you just, same thing, but I'm sticking it, as you guys will, or most people, right, left, but switching it. So it sonically sounds the same. But even then, my right hand, when I'm doing it my way, or, well, it's the way Bonham played it, your right hand, I guess what I'm saying is, I wonder, I'm having a hard time doing the math in my head. I wonder if it should presuppose that if you are a right, especially if you're going to swing it, right, correct? If you're going to swing it, then if you're, instead of like left, right, my right hand with the hi-hat I think what has to happen is, with you guys, with you people, I think your left hand has to hit with the hi-hat. Because you're going to go, yeah, you're going to go, right? I mean, correct? Right, left. So I think you actually, that's why this might be harder for right-hand people to do in this format. Because you're going to, because I've been essentially then teaching it wrong to you since I'm a lefty, right? Or, well, doing it lefty this way. So if you're a righty, I think it has to go, you're going to actually, in this all this stuff I've been yapping about, if your left, for you to play it comfortably the way is natural, your left, I think, leg has to hit with the hi-hat. And then your right leg, so it's not a crossover. There's not a, you know what I mean? Left here, right here. So you might just be straight, like whole left, whole right. So that's going to be something you're going to have to, I can think about it. But see, part of the thing is I don't play it well, right, left, because I don't think about it. I'm telling you, this stuff really comes to how you really think about it. Don't get me wrong, you gotta get your muscles in order. But I mean, technically speaking, the small part of it is technique, I think, when you're switching the right-left. There might be a different whip motion or something. But it's mental. Take my word for it. Mental. So listen, dude, thanks. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna post this generally, so I'll edit your name out. John Smith. John Doe and Richard Rowe. Anyway, I hope this is helpful though. But yeah, that actually turned out. I thought about that once and I just forgot about it. You guys, people, check that out. I forgot. If most right-handed people, right-handed people, I think the preponderance definitely, an easy 75%, play that triplet, that shuffle with the right hand lead. And I think that has profound effects for the way it sounds when Bonham's doing it. Anyway, but Pedro, you're new enough to drumming where I think, and you're younger, dude, really put a lot of time into doing the left-right, okay? Especially with the da-da-da-da thing I said in the other video, well, in my Terry Keating drums video. That is so, I can't tell you how important that is. Which is the whole, you know, like I said earlier in the Moby Dick video. So da-da-da-da, remember it's 3s and 2s. Like if I was going to flam it. Left hand playing triplets. 1 and 2 and right hand. 1 and 2. That is so important. Anyway, but even those you can also practice the other way. See how my left hand is doing the triplets? It's important that you switch it. Oh yeah, hang on. See how my right hand's doing the triplet? There's that Christmas, what do people say, carol bells or whatever. And they're right, but I think it's technically, I looked it up, it's off some old Russian, and I put the name in the Fidel stock or something. I did put the name in the other video I made. Great though, that's great. So just like you want to practice the shuffle, you right-handed people, you normally go. Right, that's it. That's it, okay? Like I said, my 900 different triplet videos I put up. So practice that to the da-da-da-da, right? Well, actually, you'll do it easier this way. I think, with your right hand doing triplets. Practice it then if it should be harder, I guess, with your left hand doing triplets. Just do that. And again, that pattern is where the Herta comes from, which I made my video. Anyway, so you remember it goes. Once you get it going, but it's the same thing. If you just slide the whole thing a half a nugget, you instead of 1E and 2, 1E and you go 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Think the Russian / carol bell. You know, okay, do that. Just do all that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, Dudesicle, and taking lessons. But also to the general Bonzolian people, yes, I have to put this up, I think. I hope you enjoy it, and there'll be more videos coming. I'm really trying to get... Oh, thank God, I didn't run out of juice. I'm really trying to get... I really want to get into a studio and mic them up, or have somebody come and mic up the drums as much sounding as possible to how I think they actually... Because remember, it's not just the drums. I mean, it really is the mics they use. And I mean, there's a lot to the sound, okay? So, but what would be neat if I was like, all right, you know, here's me... This is how this camera mic sounds in the room, right? You see the microphones and stuff. So you'd be like, wow, okay, well, that's how they sound. And I'd say, all right, well, here now, then I'd pipe in a mix from the microphones and stuff. I'd pipe it in so you'd still see me playing it just like you did with the, you know, with the camera mic, which is more true to kind of ears. but then with all the compression stuff. So we'll get sort of, I'll show you kind of what that stuff can do, but it just takes a little while and it's kind of expensive to do. But I'm going to do that, okay? Hope all is smooth. Be good.